Alright, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, and you knew this video was coming. It was happening. We're talking about Spider-Man all throughout this week until we get to the release, of course, and we'll be continuing to talk about a lot more Spider-Man after that as well. But of course, we had to bring this up, this whole debacle here, Puddlegate, right? So let's just take this back for a second here, okay? So allegedly here, a trailer came out around a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I forgot which exact one it was, but it was a trailer that showed a similar scene to what we saw during the E3 2017 gameplay. And apparently a lot of people are fed up because they are assuming and they are, you know, pointing the finger and thinking that there is some sort of graphical downgrade in the game Spider-Man PS4, and the devs, especially our boy here, the community director, I believe his name is, I believe that's what his title is, James Stevenson, has said just a ton of tweets out, and he is very upset about a lot of people calling out the downgrade and everything. So let's go over just his tweet, let's go over some pictures, you know, let's just have a nice little conversation here. There's no script here, let me just talk to you people, talk to the folks, and let's, you know, and then we'll get to my opinion, what I think after all at the end of the video. But let's go on here. First off, he says you should be ashamed of the downgrade. James Stevenson says it's not a downgrade, the sun moved, it's in shadow now, that video is overly compressed and crushed dark detail, looks great at full res. And that honestly is a valid point, honestly the valid point, you know what I'm saying, because obviously we are all looking at all these images, you even all on the video right now are looking at these images after YouTube has already compressed this video as it speaks. So it's not even the raw what I'm looking at currently right now. So you can see here, you know, there's differences, and I believe this was the original and this was now the one that is assumed to be downgraded, and you can see a little bit, you know, there's a little bit of a, you know, just a little bit, I can't blow up that big, but you know, alright. But to me, all these downgrades just short off, you know, just right before we get into all of this, you know what I'm saying, at least to me, all these downgrades look very minuscule, and obviously we've had a lot more worse downgrades that I will point out in the gaming landscape as well. But let's go over a few more of these tweets. I see less texture and detail in the suit. Yes, because the lighting and the video compression. I looked at it in full res this week, and the suit is and the suit's detail is there. The video compressing it is crushing it. So that's right there. And then we have a YouTuber that I actually like a lot, Hard 8 Times. Shout out to Hard 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a really good dude. Really like him a lot. He says this isn't Sony's fault. Blame Insomniac Games. That's what he meant, sorry. And then he goes, well, not he, James Stevenson goes, there is no downgrade. The sun moved during the course of development, which changed the lighting in the scene, and we reduced the amount of puddles there. Please enjoy the hour of amazing footage you've released since E3 illustrating this. Damn, he's, we'll see it, like, James is just straight savage. He does not care at all, yo. He is straight replying. Oh, by the way, this whole article is by Gaming Bull. Shout out to Gaming Bull, by Paramath. Shout out to him. So anyway, you know, James is just fed up, essentially. Like this is just a bunch of tweets of him just fed up with all these accusations, all these replies and everything, and there's a lot more to go into as well. It's actually false advertised, that one guy says. And he says, no, it's not. Lighting changed and moved the puddle. Games change in development. All the levels of detail is still there. Do you know where I can get a non-compressed image then? No, just go watch the hour of footage we put out since E3. Realize there has been. I downgraded. Stop stressing out. Yeah, so no, just go over the hour of footage we put out since E3, realize there has been, I downgrade, stop stressing out, and enjoy the game in 2 weeks. Interesting. Brother man, are you telling me my eyes are deceiving me? Yes. The lighting changes the dark details of the scene, but all the detail is still there. We didn't remove or downgrade anything, and Insomniac has never done that. So he's very adamant and very clear that there is no downgrade. You can see here with all caps, we're going to see right now. So why? And so this whole thing, Spider-Man is missing highlights off his costume, missing shadows underneath him, the walls less detailed too, being on the, yeah, less lighting and shading in the buildings. Yeah, I'm gonna get to this. He's, I think, referring to these two pictures that I will get to in a moment here. He says, I'm telling you, I talked to the technical and engineering and art staff and looked at all the live code of this final build. There was no downgrade. And he's talking about the straight raw code from there. I've done like a little bit of coding here, and it is obviously, if you can tell, code has been changed or altered or, you know, any of the sort from a previous build to a current build. You can easily tell the difference. So obviously, because, you know, with with you know, just code, there is no subjectivity. It's literally just numbers. It's just, hey, this was tweaked a little bit like here, and like you can easily tell and see from build to build if it has been changed. So obviously here, you know, he's claiming that he went to the code, went to the live code of the final build, and there was no downgrade, at least from what he says and from what his staff says as well. I understand that the game will look great in other areas, but when cutting things back, people will see it as a downgrade. It's just not a smart thing to do when it buried to me to many others before the change. First, it's not a downgrade. Downgrade implies we showed something that not possible, a trick, or reduced capabilities. Excuse me. Neither of those neither of those are true. He had the A and the R and the E separate, whatever. Okay. Second, oh my gosh, my freaking iPad. My freaking iPad. Shh. Be quiet. I'm recording a video. Be quiet. Second, attitudes like this are why the game devs don't want to show stuff in production, because people can't handle minor changes. Which, again, he's throwing shots, not like shots directly, you know, not like shots like insulting the person, but he's just saying, you know, some very, very statements that are, you know, very bold and everything. We're almost at the end here. So we have Achilles says, I can't ever condone harassment, but this whole drama surrounding a downgrade seems legit. I mean, the footage / images all look significantly worse than previous years. Just seems like it's following the same issue Watch Dogs face. Looks amazing at E3, so at home. Okay, that is the exact game that I want to point at. If you look at Watch Dogs, we're gonna pull up a picture. Okay, we're gonna pull up a picture. I swear we're gonna pull up a picture right after this. Watch Dogs is a whole different field than Spider-Man right now in terms of any sort of downgrade. Watch Dogs was a 100% downgrade. Okay, but we're gonna get to that. Okay. You have to be kidding me. Go look at the examples from the game you referenced. That's night and day. Yeah, I know. He's saying it right there. It's night and day. That's way different. This is a lighting change and some aggressive video compression and a puddle being moved. It looks great at home, and every journalist who has played E3 or preview build agrees. Last year, from the same guy actually, I would hope so, but surely you can see where this drama is coming from. Are you saying that this is literally just video compression and playing too much of a role? Textures on areas seem less defined. Puddles are, well, some are removed entirely, while others are smaller, etc. And despite my adamant explanations, clarifications, and assurances, people don't want to listen. Yeah, I'm the one with the dev kit and the 4K monitor here. He's dropping stab. Okay, we're gonna, before we take a look at the Spider-Man pictures one more time, we're gonna look up the Watch Dogs comparison downgrade. Yeah, here we go. Boom. All right, we're gonna check this out because this is actually insane. Okay, look at. I want to hear a better picture for y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to save one of these right quick, and I want like a really, really good example because it is actually insane, bro. Okay, I think this is a good one. I think let's blow this up right quick. Oh my god, I hate computers. Anyway, here, wait. This is actually a great example. This is a great example right here. This is a great example. Like the downgrade Watch Dogs went to is actually insane. It is actually crazy. Okay, it is actually insane. All right, let's check this out right now. Oh my god, it's so small. Anyway, y'all can look for yourself. Y'all can go online, look for yourself. I'm just being a incompetent Mac user right now. But Watch Dogs had way more of a significant downgrade than Spider-Man has ever had, ever. That one is not even debatable. You can clearly tell. Definitely Watch Dogs. And so you know, the just comparing Watch Dogs and Spider-Man and their changes from E3 to final build is just great, dude. Because I played Watch Dogs launch day on the PS4, right? And the way that game ended up looking, as opposed to the E3, I think it was 2012 or 2011 showing, it was actually stupid. Like it was actually stupid. I swear, I promise you guys. Like, definitely go look at. There's plenty of videos that broke it down. Plenty of different comparison videos and side-by-side shots of that, you know, people have gotten and showed. It is just incredible how just deterred that game got and how deceitful Ubisoft was with Watch Dogs. But let's go over this. So this is the original E3 2017, I believe, or 2016. I believe 2017, or maybe 2016. I forgot exactly. But you know, this was from years back. This was from the first showing of the actual gameplay of Spider-Man, right? See, the puddle is large and everything, and shadows and everything. Then we have this one over here. This was from the latest trailer that dropped featuring the same scene. Okay, now there are changes with the suit. I see obviously there's a little bit more better reflection and better lighting overall in the suit, and over here is a little bit more lighting as well, and there's actually close-ups of it as well that I think you can pull up here. So a lot of people, wait, so I'm gonna just cover this for a little bit for a second. Just cover this for a second. So this was from the original, right? This is from 2017. You can see there's a lot more shadow on the different ripples and everything and stuff like that, and the textures overall. Then we have this one where, at least to me, to my eyes, I can obviously still see the textures. Like, I can still see the texture, and I can see it being affected by compression. This one as well, of course. But it's just that because I think of the lighting in this specific area is why these like ripples in the rafting of the, I think it's like air rafting for like airflow, I guess, they aren't being defined by shadows because the lighting is different, right? So this to me was easy to explain. I'm like, guys, like, you can also tell the different shade of the steel behind the door. Like, this is overall just a darker environment, which of course is going to cast a bigger shadow and better shadow, as opposed to this one where it's just pretty much all light, even on the steel door as well. And you make it darker over here as well due to the shadow of the actual air raft type thing. I forgot what to call it, the like air duct, air tunnel thing. So to me, this explanation definitely makes sense to me in my eyes. Like, hey, yeah, like, that's just the lighting changes, of course. But with the suit, that's a little bit more hard to excuse, you know what I'm saying? And over here with the puddle, obviously they did tone it down a little bit, and all we have to go off, honestly, is what the devs say, okay? And you know, if we have James Stevenson here, as adamant as he is, as clear and cutthroat, and just as brutally honest as he is with us about these accusations, about the Spider-Man PS4 downgrade, you know, different words and different accusations, whatever, then honestly, I think I'm on the side with James, dude. Like, I mean, look, like, you know, we gotta side with James here, because honestly, there like have been better examples of upgrades in this game. Look, this is from 2017, right? This is from 2018. Okay, look at how much better the lighting is here. You know what I'm saying? And this just goes to show how this game will have dynamic lighting, and sometimes lighting is going to change, I believe. Or maybe it's just they went from this style of lighting to this style of lighting, but this style of lighting, the final lighting, looks more like the 2017 version of lighting, and then this one from 2017 looks a lot like the lighting from 2018 on this frame. You understand what I'm saying here? So it looks like there's just going to be dynamic lighting, of course, in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's going to have one stagnant way of lighting a specific subject or a specific you know, scene or whatever. So obviously there's just dynamic lighting in the game overall, and so there's just an example of how much better it could look. Like, I'm sure if these two were flipped, people would be saying that, oh man, like, this is obviously a downgrade, like this and a third. And plus they added a cardigan. Okay, cool, shout out, game of the year, cardigan, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I think this outrage is a little bit crazy, man. And this is the original. Okay, thank God I saved it. So this is the shot that we were looking at before, and you can just tell how much this right here is affected by video compression, and just the overall like pixel density, and like the pixel density, excuse me, and like the overall like resolution seems a lot less here on the right photo that is 2018 as opposed to this one that was like 2017, I believe. And is this even the same scene? No, it is. Yeah, so it's the same environment, but it's literally just different lighting. Like, this, I think all of these accusations really is what, I mean, from, if we look at what he says, James Stevenson, right, saying that right here, he said, where was it exactly? It was, where was it? Yeah, lighting change and aggressive video compression, you know, and a puddle being moved. That's really what this all boils down to as to the reasons why this is happening, honestly, I feel. You know what I'm saying? What are these here that say? Oh, this is a great example, right? Okay, here we go. Let's get in this. Another argument of this being an upgrade. So right here, 2017. We have a lot of dark casting over here, and of course, these scenes and these pictures could all have been manipulated without my knowledge. These could all have been things that are being video compressed and stuff like that, and that's why they look kind of weird and washed out. But overall, this is just what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna point out things that aren't really necessarily bundled into that and that could be construed as that. These are just things that I'm gonna point out that are more in terms of like detail, right? So over here in the building, you know, we have this going on, everything, all that good stuff, whatever. And then if we look at it from a difference of 2018, right? To me, at least to me, this part seems a lot more lit and a lot more detail as well, right? You could argue that there is more of a texture over here as well with how the lighting is different from the actual square panels to the actual lines, right? But over here, this just looks a lot more cleaner, a lot more better, and I think that's just because there's more light here on this building. But there's other things as well, like see the sign overall. This overall scene looks a little more brighter as opposed to this one, which looks a little more darker. And to me, that seems a little bit better in terms of overall quality. These two could literally be the same image, right? Obviously they're not, because this from 2018, this from 2017, and I'm sure they made some graphical changes and everything and stuff like that, you know, to this actual scene. Like for example, where was I think there's a sign that moved a little bit closer. Oh wait, no, it didn't move. It's on the same spot. Yeah, it's on the same spot. But it just, you know, that's another example of like, hey, like, you know, they're just making different changes, and a lot of changes that we're seeing and that we're accusing them of being a downgrade could be because of course, the lighting and the video compression. There's another example I had here as well. I wanted to bring up. What is this one I saved? I think this is the last one we got. Oh, okay, I think this is a good one too. This one's supposed to, I want to point something out here. Okay, so obviously they are making changes to these games as well. As we can see from 2017 to 2018, this sign right here moved a significant distance forward, right? Even though the taxi still stayed in the same spot, same thing going on here. So it looks like, you know, small changes like that, of course, aren't really the focal point of this video. I just want to point out there. But another thing here was that look at this building right here. Okay, look how this texture looks right here. Okay, and over here as well. This one, to me, looks a lot better texture-wise as opposed to this one, right? And this was from 2017. This was from 2018. So it's not like they really made the best version of this game back in 2017 or 2016, showed it off, and it looks so good, whatever, and then they downgraded this past year. Okay, that I don't believe that's what happened here. I think what's happening here is that a lot of people are getting confused with lighting changes and different video compression codecs from Twitter and everything and stuff like that, which Twitter's client for video is absolutely garbage. I hate Twitter video. It is literally the worst thing ever, right? I hate Twitter video. That's a whole nother rant. I really wish Twitter would improve their whole video codec, whatever they're doing, because I hate it, right? But it's a combination of that and with just lighting changes that a lot of people are just blowing this way out of proportion and assuming that, you know, and also like, I know I just stopped myself, but yo, like look at the way this looks right here and the way this looks right here. You know, there's just overall, like, you can just tell there's a little bit more quality in the lighting from 2018 to 2017. You know, they obviously made changes to the lighting, and that's just how it goes. You know, it's game development, right? And I love also what he said here, where he said something like, "You're the reason why." Where is it at? Where is this direct quote? I don't want to misquote him. Where is it? Nope. Where is it? He said something about, this is why we don't like showing footage prematurely. I'm trying to find it. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. I can't find it. Okay. I know it was here. I know I read it, but I forgot where I put it, or where exactly it was here on the page. But you know, he said like, this is the reason why devs hate showing their games early when it's not done, because a lot of people cannot, you know, understand change. They can't understand that you know, a game is a working clock. It is in development, guys. Like it is a living, breathing, working piece of software that is forever going to be manipulated and changed until launch. Okay, launch, of course, even changes after that with the patches and everything, stuff like that, and updates and everything, and you know, all of the sort. And so people literally are freaking out over a puddle. Guys, it's a puddle. It's a puddle. I think it's okay. I think we're gonna live. And overall, at the end of the day, you know, what is the most mind-boggling thing about this whole thing, right, is that the game is still gonna look amazing. It's still gonna look fantastic, dude. From what they showed, even at this E3 2018, right, from that scene from the raft, facing all 5 of the enemies, whatever, and stuff like that, and that whole really cool, like, 8-minute type thing, That looked amazing, dog. I watched that here on my 4K monitor. Obviously, I don't believe the trailer was in 4K to my best memory. I don't believe so. So obviously that means nothing if I'm watching a 1080p video on a 4K monitor. Probably that's a little bit worse, honestly, at that point. But you know, overall, even at that, it still looked amazing, guys. Like, it's still gonna look great. So overall, do I think there was a graphical downgrade in Spider-Man PS4? No. And also, one more thing I want to point out here that he said as well. He said he defined a downgrade, right? James Stevenson, which I believe 100% period right here. He says, first off, it's not a downgrade. Downgrade implies we showed something not possible as a trick or reduced capabilities. That is the main point I want to drive here home, guys. Is that like when you look at Watch Dogs from when it was first initially unveiled at E3, or whenever they showed gameplay of it, right? It was like E3 2011, whichever it was, I forgot, right? That game, the way that game looks, is not possible in the final build of Watch Dogs. It is not possible, right? And you can make the same argument here that, yeah, Kev, that puddle is probably not possible or will not be in the final game. Sure, right? But I think there's an overall difference between literally showing a game from the lighting, from the effects, from the wind, from the way the Watch Dogs, what was his name, Aiden, I think his name was Aiden Pierce, something like that. Aiden's coat, whatever, it was blowing in the wind in a very, very specific way. The way water looked on the street and everything, like, that was clearly from a very, very high powered PC, right? That is way different of a downgrade than what we got on console for Watch Dogs, right, on the final build, because it looked like crap compared to the E3 one, right? So here, if you look at these two, right, I thoroughly believe that the way they showed it at E3 will not be as hard of a difference as it was with Watch Dogs, okay? That's what I'm saying here. Now, of course, we can make arguments, whatever, and stuff like that, and like a big one that I didn't bring up right now was that this building over here looks a lot more detailed and a lot more crisper and better. Crisper? It just looks more crisp in this 2017 than this 2018. I will say that, okay? Like, there are definite spots here where I'm like, yeah, okay, this looks better from 2017 than 2018. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think it's that bad. You know what I'm saying? And if we're going off of what James Stevenson said here, which was that, you know, all of these changes that we're seeing are from lighting and from video compression and from all that stuff, then honestly, you know, Ubisoft was not as forward and as direct with Watch Dogs than he is being right now with this game, with his game. You know what I'm saying? Because Ubisoft was I'm pretty sure they just denied it, and they were definitely not as adamant, not on Twitter over here replying to comments, everything, stuff like that. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong about that. I did not go vet that story, but I'm just saying that at least to my knowledge, to my recollection of that time, of me also being in gaming, Mike, relax, Mike. Of me also being in the gaming at that time, I do not remember a Ubisoft employee, you know, replying super hard to these comments of a downgrade back when Watch Dogs was accused of having a downgrade, right? Or not even accused, I'll say was, you know, Watch Dogs was a downgrade. This is not a downgrade, okay? These are just minor changes in development that, you know, are just is what it is. It just is what it is, you know? So, I mean, that's honestly my point. I was a little bit hesitant to make a video on this, honestly, because I know like this is a very hot topic, and I don't really want to shed a lot of light on this. I just wanted to give my 2 cents personally on this whole dilemma and everything. So that has been my coverage, my opinions, unadulterated, unscripted, just me from the cut, opinions on the Spider-Man PS4 Puddlegate, which a lot of people are calling, which is a funny name, I guess, but Puddlegate is what we're dubbing it today. And also one thing I'll say too, is that once this game drops, right, once Spider-Man PS4 drops on Friday, right, it is Sunday right now, it's Sunday, 8:27 in the morning, oh my god, so early, I work in like an hour and a half, ugh. But anyway, right, so when this game drops, right, no one is going to talk about this Puddlegate. No one is talking about this. This is just, I believe, a fatigue of people wanting to have the game, number one, or two, people that are upset that they can't get the game. those that are on, you know, Xbox and PC and stuff like that. Obviously, it's not the main driving force, and I believe also there are a lot of maybe fans that are like me that have a PS4, I cannot wait for this game, that maybe they're also upset at the differences that the way the game looks from when it was initially shown to when it was, you know, fully revealed. That could 100% be the case, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not obviously speaking for everyone else, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be a thing, but at least for me, and I feel like a lot of people as well, for me, and I believe for the majority of those that are definitely getting the game, and definitely have their pre-orders in, and definitely have their game bought and everything, and definitely are looking forward to this game, I think that we are a little bit more understanding of what's happening here, and what are the changes and how those changes came to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's any crazy downgrade at all. So that was it, ladies and gentlemen. If you all enjoyed, make sure to leave a like on the video, as well as stay subscribed to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest grades on PlayStation and all things Spider-Man PS4 as well. Please stay tuned for the channel for our continued coverage on, of course, all things PlayStation and Spider-Man, and of course, I'm trying to show you guys a novel. I'm trying to show you guys my phone's up, and of course, the Spider-Man Hostile Takeover novel, which I am continuing doing my coverage on, so make sure to go check out the channel as well. I have a lot of cool videos coming up about this specific book and other things involving Spider-Man. But with all that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this whole debacle on Spider-Man PS4, graphical downgrade, Puddlegate, whatever you want to call it. I want to know all your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.